Towson University's Diane Richardson is known for being one of the best and toughest basketball coaches in the sport. Recently, she took on her toughest opponent yet when the coronavirus outbreak hit her home. WMAR 2 News' Sean Stepner caught up with Coach Rich. He's live outside of CQ Arena tonight. Sean?
Well, Kelly, it was exactly 1 month ago that Coach Richardson took the test that would turn out to be COVID positive. Survival was soon the only thing on her mind.
I woke up and felt my stomach felt a little crazy. And I texted my staff and I said, you guys, I think I'm going to miss shoot around.
On the morning of January 5th, Towson head women's basketball coach Diane Richardson felt her body shutting down.
Within probably 20 minutes, just everything just came. I mean, I had 102 fever. I couldn't really pick myself up. It just went down physically, just went downhill from that.
Soon after, she got the call from the team trainer. The 62-year-old was COVID positive.
And I said, no, I mean, how? And I was the only one on the entire team that tested positive. And I've been probably the most careful of anybody.
She's been careful because of her 35-year-old daughter, Dana, who lives with her. Dana is low-functioning autistic.
She's high risk. I went out I had a special mask that was made for my face and all that, and I wore gloves and never touched anything. And so I've been very, very careful.
Dana never got it, but the rest of the family did. Coach's 30 and 23-year-old sons who had moved home for safety, and her 63-year-old husband who almost didn't make it.
At one point, he stopped breathing. My husband snores. And so he wasn't snoring, and I kind of looked at him, and I said, Larry, and nothing. And then I, touched his body, and he wasn't moving up and down. And I just started crying and was like, no, and just, beating on his chest. And then he just went,
She thought the same or worse would happen to her.
Like I couldn't even pick my head up. I couldn't move my body, just laying there for hours and hours and hours. And I thought, this is just taking everything out of my body. I had no strength, none at all. And I thought, oh my goodness, this may be it.
For almost a month, Richardson and her husband quarantined together, motivating each other to keep fighting.
We just kept saying, okay, let's take a couple steps. Let's take a couple steps, and just holding each other up. And then we collapsed back on the couch or collapsed in the bed.
Coach Rich went public with her family's health struggles the night before the presidential inauguration, while watching the 400 lights illuminating the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool in tribute to the over 400,000 people who have died from COVID-19 in the United States. Sending this tweet, I don't want to be a light. I want to be here in the present for my children, spouse, my mother, my family and friends, and for my team. Thankfully, Coach Richardson and her family recovered. Last week, she was able to get back to her team. After 3.5 weeks away, she surprised them at practice.
I felt like I was in a dream, whoa, Coach Rich is actually back. It felt like everything was our team was complete again.
It was just a good feeling. And I said, I'm back, and I'm back for good.
The leader of her team, the matriarch of her family, reinvigorated, strong, and with a new perspective. How has this changed you, Coach?
I tell you, Sean, it is, you never know, like they say, you never know what you have until you could potentially lose it. I'm concerned about my health now and being healthy and being here for my children and being here for my team and just giving all that I have. I'm just here to give all that I have while I'm here.
And Coach tells me she still deals with some lingering fatigue and headaches. She makes her return to the sidelines here at CQ Arena on Saturday when her Tigers host the College of Charleston. Live in Towson, Sean Stepner, WMAR 2 News.